Welcome to the Road Student Podcast. I've got with me Nathan and Samantha. They have been in our student ministry since the beginning, right?
Yeah.
Since the very beginning. Yep. So, yeah, and they're seniors now, and so I just want to kind of talk about life and their time in ministry. Before we get into that, we got maybe a couple of would you rathers. Jason, you got some question for us?
Yeah, I got a question for you. Would you rather have the ability to see the future or change the past?
That's such a good question for what we're about to talk about.
So, okay. I would change the past.
Yeah, I would too. If you could see the future, then there's like...
You're not even living life.
So it's
Yeah.
see the future.
Yeah. So that doesn't mean you
Man,
get to
that'd be
change
wild
the
because
future.
you couldn't change the future. You just say this is going to happen no
Yeah.
matter what you do.
But you could change the past.
But do you not think you could influence the future?
No, because
If
all
you
you can do
saw
is see.
it. I don't know.
Is this like a Doctor Strange where you can see all possible futures?
That would be cool.
Or is it
And there's
just like
one
the
outcome?
future?
I'm not choosing the one that kills Tony Stark, though.
Why? Had to happen.
Since Tony Stark died, the MCU has been garbage.
Yep.
But what a great movie.
Great movie, yes. But what was the cost?
Spider-Mans were good.
Spider-Man's
Spider-Man.
all right.
That's
I like Spider-Man.
That's why we're bringing him back.
Yeah. As a villain.
How else would it have ended?
Changing the past?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. If you could see the future, then that's all you'd be thinking about. You wouldn't be present.
Living in the now.
You gotta live in the moment.
Yeah, you couldn't make bad decisions anymore because you just see the future.
Oh, no, I think you could definitely still make some bad decisions.
You got to go out on a whim sometimes. If you see the future, you can't do that.
I don't know. The thought of changing the past is kind of crazy to me because, you know, you change one thing, then it alters everything. Butterfly effect. You ever heard of that movie?
I have.
Have you really? I thought you'd be too young.
I haven't watched it.
We got one more, or?
Yeah, I got another one. Would you rather always know the answer to every question or be able to make people laugh no matter what?
I already know the answer to every question, so.
Of course you would say that.
I don't know. I like the idea of making people laugh.
Yeah, I think so too. I don't know. Somebody has the answer to
Nobody
everything.
likes a know-it-all, right?
I do. You know the answer to every single question?
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I'm not.
What if you don't like the answer, though?
The question is how to make people laugh. And you know the answer.
Or what if
What'd you
people don't
say?
accept it, and you know you're right, but you can't do anything about it because people don't believe it.
Or the
I'm
question of, like, you know, how do we save the earth? You've got to sacrifice this half.
Sam?
People ain't gonna like it.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be the truth.
I would make people laugh. I don't want to know the answer to everything. No, pass.
I want
You
to.
taking an answer to everything?
Yes. I would not. I'd be in Hawaii, not
Man.
Choctaw, Oklahoma. I'd be rich.
Yeah, just go on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, right?
That's what I'm saying. I'd be set. You wouldn't even have to talk
But then
to
you
me.
could be a world-class comedian and travel all over the world.
And make just
making
as much
people laugh.
money.
If I knew every answer to everything, I would be traveling the world.
Jeopardy champion.
Yeah, for real.
I'd win every game show.
Kicked off.
Yeah, for real.
Lifetime ban.
Yeah, no more game shows for you.
Dang it.
All right, well, so I got a couple questions for you guys. We'll see if we get through all of them, but I thought some of these would be pretty interesting. So what I want to know is, what was it like entering the student ministry or your first time here?
Do you want me to start? Yeah, I can
Yeah.
start. I remember Merge Week. Being the first thing, which we don't do anymore. So
Kind of do. It's a little.
Kind of.
It's a little smaller, I guess, than what we used to do. But
it was
yeah.
like kind of like a summer camp, like Falls Creek kind of vibe, and that's when I met Grace Vernon. So I remember that week really well. But yeah, I don't know. I think Merge Week was the first thing I remember,
Cool.
and then the tunnel.
The tunnel. Yeah,
tunnel.
that was always fun.
That's my favorite part.
That was the bigger we get, the harder that is to do, though.
But it's so
'Cause
fun.
It was not. Yeah, we weren't that big back then, and now it's like, what do we do to make this tunnel work? But
You have to go like 3
we
loops.
figured it out. Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, mine's the tunnel. I don't remember Merge Week, but the
I don't
tunnel.
think you were there.
I remember getting introduced as Zach's little cousin, and that's just how I was in middle school.
That's terrible.
It was awful. It was
Yeah.
awful.
Sorry about that.
But that's what I remember the most.
Cool. So what helped you connect in the student ministry?
I think the adults.
Yep.
Like remembering in middle school, there was a lot of like adults that connected me, which I still had my friends because sixth grade, everybody's still coming to church.
Yeah.
But I remember like just meeting certain adults, and then those adults have relationships with the older kids, and so then it just kind of all meshes.
Cool. Okay.
I would say like the older kids, like the upperclassmen. Like, I mean, I was closer with a bunch of people a year older than me, but then like seeing, I don't know, like sophomores, juniors, seniors when I was in 6th and 7th grade, and then like meeting them. Like I think Casey Cram was a senior when I was in 6th grade, and making relationships with them kind of like bridged the gap in the middle.
Okay.
So.
Cool. Yeah. So with that, knowing like the adults and the older students kind of helps you guys get connected. Have you kind of used that influence that you have with some of the younger students?
Yeah, I would say in a way.
I would say so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I look sometimes at some of the things they're saying, and I'm like, yeah, I remember being like that or doing that.
What has been the most impactful thing in your spiritual life? I guess since being in the student ministry.
It's been the most impactful thing spiritually.
Or how has your relationship with God deepened or changed since you joined the student ministry?
I think like my question, there's a lot of people that you can go to in the ministry, like adult wise. So being able to talk to that, and also like something that we do a lot is like there's multiple teachers that teach. So it's not just like, no offense to y'all, but it's not just the same person, right? Every Sunday and Wednesday teaching,
Yeah.
So like you get different perspectives a lot. And so you get challenged in different ways from different people.
Cool. I like that.
I don't know if this is per se from the student. Well, it definitely is, but like going, I do theater obviously, and being in that environment, there's a lot of different types of people. And when I moved to a new theater when I was like a freshman, being here had kind of prepared me for what that was going to be like.
Okay.
But I met someone who's now one of my best friends who like had no desire to step foot into a church, and I like spent a lot of time with Grace Vernon, praying that God would soften her heart, lead her towards wherever she needed to be, whether it was here or somewhere else. And he did, and now it's like really impacted me that she's one of the people that I go to for spiritual counsel.
That's cool.
And that I get to talk about those things with, and that 4 years ago she didn't even know the Lord. So
I love that. That's awesome. That is really cool. What's something that you would change about the student ministry? You're not going to hurt my feelings, I promise. Go ahead.
No,
I don't have anything.
I was going to say new high school pastor, but
That's Zach Ward, not me.
For anyone watching who doesn't know, they're related.
yeah, we're related. It's all jokes sometimes.
That's why you look straight ahead.
I don't know if I would.
Or
change
anything you would add. Something that's missing, I guess.
It's so daunting. I don't know. I don't feel like. I mean, but I like. There's some. I don't know. There could be people here that haven't had the same experience that I've had, but I've had like a really great experience in the student ministry. I don't know.
Okay. What about something you would not change? What's something that's like, hey, this has to happen?
I think that the way you guys teach is very collaborative with us. You guys are always open. Like, I know that me and Nathan both have come to you guys about things we've wanted to talk about on Wednesday nights or Sunday mornings, and it's always something that you guys are open to pursuing and open to like laying out on the table, no matter like how hard it is to talk about. It's always important to talk about it anyways, you know, that
Cool.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think that not necessarily just teaching, but like small groups is a big emphasis,
Mm-hmm.
and like community, like relationships
Yeah.
is a big emphasis, like eating, like, you know, and
Yeah.
stuff like that. I think that's a big, I don't know, like point, because the teaching is great and all, but also like just talking through life.
Yeah, I mean, the whole goal with our student ministry is for you guys to kind of lead out. Like, we're going to do what we can to help you guys have the best chance of reaching your friends, because like
Yeah.
they're not going to want to come talk to me.
Right. I'm just saying.
But like giving, so like the whole food thing we started, I think, last year, and that was just to give an opportunity for students to provide, you know, a physical need that some students may need, or also an opportunity to like, hey, we're going to have dinner, come on, join us. So, and I think you guys have done a good job trying to utilize that.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot more football guys this year, so it's been
Trying.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
See some of those guys. What is the biggest challenge you faced in your spiritual walk since you have been in student ministry?
I think trusting God's timing. It's
Okay.
really hard. Like it's hard in any area of life, but like, I think it's been better now in the last like 6 or 7 months, but like trusting, just like, I can't do anything about what's going to happen next. And that's like really hard as like a type A person. I can't do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think just trusting that he has my plan laid out.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I think for me, we kind of talked about it at FCA, Choctaw FCA this morning, but like having two faces, kind of, just being in sports and like all the things is sometimes hard to, you know, be that Christian guy,
Mm-hmm.
and then also playing sports. And so, especially I think like freshman year, sophomore year, some of the kids from football started coming to church and seeing me at church. So it was kind of like a hey, like there are people now in both, you know, that see you both places. So it was kind of like a wake up call, you know,
Yeah.
not to live two lives.
Yeah. Yeah. Is this life going to be real to you or not? Yeah. That's good. Is there anything you wish you had done differently during your time in student ministry?
I think in middle school, like not being with my clique so much, because
Okay.
I think like when we got into high school, we kind of like, that's whenever like we started hanging out with seniors and underclass, you know, like it all kind of meshed together. It wasn't like just your grade, that's who you hang out with. I think that kind of started in high school, but I think in middle school, like being able to start that earlier
Okay.
than waiting till high school to have that. But
Kind of branching out.
Yeah.
and- yeah. Yeah. That's one tough thing about having a pretty good sized student ministry is that people can kind of
Yeah.
gravitate to their own people.
yeah, I think it's like the same thing. I was like, I mean, anybody that knows me now is I'm not a very shy person anymore. But when I was like in middle school, I did not talk to very many people. I was like really, I stuck with my group of people, and I kind of wish I would have, branched out earlier, gotten more involved earlier,
Yeah.
because it makes a big difference.
Yeah. That's good. What are some spiritual goals or habits you plan to focus on as you transition out of student ministry?
I don't know, I mean, college is a place with a lot of different types of people, as well as like any other aspect other than the church, obviously. I mean, that's just life. But I think it's kind of going along with what Nathan said, like not living two lives, not coming home back to like Choctaw or from wherever I'm going and acting differently than how I'm acting in college, or if I'm working somewhere, you know, like I don't want to live my faith here and not there.
Yeah. Yeah, I think when people kind of get into that, their lives become really difficult, and it's tough to live two different lifestyles, and one's gonna win at some point, right?
Yeah. I think for me is just staying connected with people, because I know sometimes college, like if you do go kind of farther away, it can be hard sometimes, but thankfully, like we have cell phones, so it's not that hard. You know what I'm saying? But like just not having that feeling like, oh, I don't want to bug him, you know, or something like that.
Yeah. I've got a lot of friends that I don't know where they're at or anything like that because I didn't have a cell phone then. But
Times are hard.
I think I bought my first phone when I was a senior in high school.
Golly, you're old.
And I had to buy my own minutes.
Minutes?
Yes.
Dang.
There wasn't it was just talk and text. And after 9 p.m., I'd have free minutes. I'd be like, hey, don't call me or text me until after 9.
Wow.
Yeah, good times.
That's wild.
Simpler times, more expensive times. So, do you know where you want to go to college?
Not yet.
Not yet?
I've been at OSU a lot lately, but I don't know yet. Either OSU or OU, probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think OSU, even though it's a little further away. Go OSU, don't go to OU.
I think OSU does have a really good community environment rather than OU.
It's also cheaper.
Oh yeah.
Somewhat.
What about you?
Zach says Easy Credit University.
Right. Well, I'll put that on there. They're gonna
I have no clue.
No clue.
No clue.
That's all right.
No idea.
Yeah, the college I went to is the one I just got some dual credits in because I was already registered and because I had taken some classes. So I was like, well, I might as well just go there. It was terrible. Y'all have way better heads on your shoulders than I did. Tell me a fun story or favorite memory from a time in student ministry that you'll never forget.
I'm gonna need a second to think about this.
Okay.
I feel like something happened at Falls Creek.
Yeah, there's got to be
Like,
something.
there's got to be
Yeah.
something.
But you forgot.
Too little sleep to remember.
I'm trying to think of a trip we went on.
hiking trip maybe.
Oh, that was so.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
That was so much
I've got
fun.
a story.
That was
got a
so
story.
much fun.
I
wasn't there.
You were on that one?
You were
I
there?
wasn't there.
It was awful.
It was great.
I got picked up at 5 a.m. by Elijah Says Michael Muir. Got a pillow, slept in the youth area while he did something. I don't even know why he had to get here this early.
I was getting breakfast and all that stuff, getting the vans ready.
It was awful. We left at 6, went hiking, and it wasn't even. We hiked. Okay, the hike up was kind of. It was fine.
Mm-hmm.
We went pretty far.
Yeah, we did.
Then we come back down, and I remember it perfectly.
No, you do
Oh,
not.
I remember it perfectly.
You do not.
There's this little place, and he's over here like, man, this isn't fun anymore. We should find a different trail or something.
Yeah.
So we go off this one little rock and didn't realize we couldn't get back up. So after we get down this rock, there's no path.
Wait. Before we get down that rock, I say, hey, I don't know if we should go that way.
Oh,
and
no.
you're like, hey, yeah, let's just go down this way. It'll be cool. And we get down there, and it is all these, I think they're called jack trees or whatever. They're these really thick brushed. It
was awful.
was rough. I'm laughing
sucked.
the whole
It was
way,
so bad.
trying to navigate through the trees.
It was awful.
Yeah. And we're trying to yell at the other group just to
I hated
find
it.
out where we're supposed to
It
go.
was awful.
And he will never go hiking with me again.
Never.
Oh my gosh, I have my story. I just remembered.
Okay.
What year was that we went to Six Flags when... Do you know what I'm about to talk about? I thought you...
When it was hot.
No. No.
No, that was this last year.
No. Oh, yeah. We had... we had a Cole, I can't remember his last name now, Walker's diabetes pass.
No, don't put we. We was not part of this.
Okay, we, the students. we used that, but no, what I'm talking about is when we were on the way home.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember exactly what happened, but we'd already stopped at Buc-ee's, and we were in the youth van.
Mm-hmm.
the cops were chasing somebody. And Elijah was like, oh, better help him. Better help him out. And so he like cuts the guy off. I don't know. I can't remember how old I was. Maybe I'm not telling this to its exact accuracy.
Yeah.
Cuts him off.
I cut him off. I was like, I need to get out of here.
Drives away. So then we come home and Graham Chambers proceeds to tell the story that Elijah got pulled over, and I don't even think I'm going to say the rest of that story.
Yeah.
Story on the podcast.
He made it seem like I got pulled over and
yeah.
I was fighting the cops. And that was, yeah.
You were fighting the cops.
Yeah,
That was my
apparently.
best memory.
Gosh. Well, I'm glad it wasn't me actually getting pulled over. All right, last question, you guys. What advice would you give to the younger students in the student ministry?
I have two. Okay, I have two. One would be to venture out, like from your clique, just with older, younger people, different people that you normally don't hang out with. And two, like in middle school, that's when like start inviting friends to church, just because of dynamics and stuff. But invite them during middle school, and it'll transfer.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah, life's not as busy, I guess, as
Yeah.
a middle schooler. But cool.
Yeah, I would say get involved, like get connected in a way. It's like venture out in a way, but like, it's like, I know it's like people are busy, but talk to the people here, make friendships here. Don't just spend time with the people that you go to school with here, because I've made a lot of my best friends that don't go to my school here.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, buy in, I guess. I don't know if that's the right way to say it, but like the longer that you're here and you're not taking steps in your faith, the harder it's going to get. And so don't, like, I feel like especially like during worship or different kinds of things, talking about your faith at a young age is really scary, and it can be, but it's going to get harder as you get older. And so
Practice
take the
now.
time. Yeah, practice now.
That's good. Well, I appreciate you guys sitting down. I've been looking forward to getting to talk with you guys. I don't get to see you guys as much as I'd like to, but
Sad days.
but yeah, I do remember. I don't even know if y'all remember this. I don't even know what it was called, but we went on some trip, y'all 6th grade year, and it was just a first more, I think, and they had some kind of.
We were talking about this the other day.
I cannot remember what it was, but
You said the church was really cool or something.
yeah, the youth room was really awesome.
I think I remember now. I don't know if you were there. You
didn't like me
But
yet.
it was like there was like a second level.
Yes, yeah,
And
there's 2 levels to
There
it.
was, I remember, did
They
we
had
play
different breakouts and
dodgeball
stuff.
or something? They had like
don't
a
know.
gym separated outside. I remember that.
Are you what?
I remember
That's
that.
is that
Oh
not-
yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
Is
Yeah.
that not Impact Weekend?
No,
No, it was
no,
it was like a
something
day
else.
long thing.
Yeah, it was because Mark had taken the high school or somewhere and done something, and then I was
Okay.
taking middle school to do something.
He don't even remember.
He wasn't here.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, he was. He was a senior.
we were in
if
sixth-
I was
yeah, if
sixth
we were
grade,
in
he was a
sixth
senior.
grade.
Oh,
They were seniors.
he didn't care.
Wow, it's wild.
But yeah, I remember. I guess you weren't.
I don't remember
I
that
guess you
at
weren't
all.
there.
I don't remember who I was.
I don't
Hanging
remember
out
sixth
with.
grade year.
That was
But yeah,
it's a blur.
but yeah, it's been fun getting to get to know y'all and spend time with y'all and watch y'all grow into the tolerable, awesome human beings y'all are. But yeah, that's all we got, you guys. So we'll see you guys next time.